The echoes we carry. The world felt muted for Raghu, a dull hum beneath the surface of his 16 years. Ever since the day his best friend, Rohan, was gone, a heavy cloak of silence had settled over him. He walked through his days, a ghost in his own life, haunted by unspoken words and lingering guilt. One afternoon, amidst the hushed aisles of the library, Raghu noticed her, Brahmi. She sat by herself, always with a book, her gaze often drifting to the window, mirroring his own quiet contemplation. There was a shared solitude in their presence, an unspoken understanding that drew him in. Slowly, hesitantly, their paths began to intertwine. A shared glance, a whispered comment about a book, then quiet walks home. Their bond was fragile, built not on boisterous laughter but on comfortable silences, on the shared weight of unspoken sadness that seemed to cling to them both. For Raghu, Brahmi became a fragile light in his shadowed world. He found himself falling for her, drawn to the quiet strength in her eyes, the gentle curve of her smile, even as he sensed a deep, unyielding sorrow beneath her calm exterior. He wanted to protect that fragile light. But Brahmi's sadness was a formidable opponent. Some days, she would simply disappear, her phone silent, her usual spot empty. When she returned, her eyes held a distant, hollow look that spoke of battles fought in solitude, battles Raghu couldn't begin to comprehend. Raghu tried to reach her, to pull her back from the edges of her despair. He offered words of comfort, a steady hand, his unwavering presence. He told her he loved her, hoping his feelings could be a shield against the darkness, but he felt helpless against the invisible wall she sometimes erected. There were moments, fleeting and precious, when the wall would crumble. A shared laugh over a silly joke, a quiet afternoon spent reading side by side, her head resting on his shoulder. In those brief instances, Raghu dared to hope, believing that their love, however fragile, could mend the broken pieces within them both. Then came the call, a cold, clinical voice on the other end, delivering news that shattered his world for the second time. Brahmi was gone. The words echoed in his ears, bringing with them the familiar, crushing weight of loss, amplified by a fresh wave of disbelief and agony. The guilt returned, a monstrous twin to the grief he already carried. He had failed Rohan, and now he had failed Brahmi. The what-ifs screamed in his mind, accusing him of not seeing, not understanding, not being enough. His heart was a gaping wound, bleeding sorrow and self-reproach. Time, in its relentless march, moved forward, but Raghu remained tethered to the past. He carried the echoes of Rohan's absence and Brahmi's silent struggle. The scars were deep, a permanent part of his story. Yet, in the quiet moments, a faint whisper of resilience began to stir, a recognition that even in profound loss, life, however painful, continued to unfold.